where our reporter Daniel Karaoke is standby just to give us a feel of what to expect in the afternoon sitting 2:30 in the National Assembly. Karaoke, good afternoon. Trusting that you can hear me now. Bring us to speed on the latest.
All right, thank you very much, Grace. Good afternoon to you. And well, it might not be a very good afternoon to Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and his allies. And as this afternoon, there is expectation of the tabling of a motion to impeach him from office. Right now, as we speak, Grace, around Parliament buildings, security has really been beefed up. And as we speak, people who are passing by there, they're undergoing checkup from security checkup from the security personnel to ensure that those who are accessing those areas are members of Parliament or staff of Parliament, or any person who has identification to show that he or she works here in Parliament. So the area has been cordoned off for the general public, as we know that this afternoon expectations are that the motion will be tabled at the floor of the House, that's in the National Assembly. Well, I went through the order paper of the day at exactly 2:30 p.m. Well, the sitting will commence. I have not seen that motion highlighted in the order paper, but we're expecting maybe that it is going to be brought into the House. And of course, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, is set to determine if the motion will have had the required the threshold to be tabled as a motion to impeach a deputy president according to the Constitution. And of course, members of Parliament, mostly those allied to President William Ruto, have been pushing to ensure that Deputy President is sent home, raising several issues and saying that they have several grounds to have the Deputy President impeached. Some of the grounds being insubordination, and also saying that he has not been preaching and ensuring that he promotes unity in the country. A motion that I'd read before, I'm not sure if that is the actual motion, but it had specified that several occasions he had had meetings and he had been in several rallies and tried to to talk about the Mount Kenya region only without including the other areas, and that he has been preaching divisive politics and not the unity. And according to the Constitution, they say that he is a symbol of national unity, him being part of the presidency. And so they're saying he has failed to promote unity in the country. Also, they are saying that he has, in the last 2 years, he has amassed wealth that is worth 5.2 billion. And so they're saying, looking at the amount of money he earns as his salary, then they are questioning the wealth that he has managed to amass in the last 2 years. So that's also part of the issues that they are raising for those who are pushing for the motion. However, as it stands right now, we really don't know who is moving this motion. We are still waiting to see who is going to be moving that motion, because there has been conflicting information on who is going to be moving the motion. There are reports that one of the members of Parliament, who actually is in the House leadership, will be the one who will be moving the motion. Then again, a different member is being, the name of a different member is being mentioned. So we are just going to be waiting this afternoon at 2:30 while the House commences its sittings to see exactly who is going to be moving that motion. And just like I had told you, Grace, being a Tuesday, and of course seeing the Parliament building, the presence of Parliament having been cordoned off by the security personnel, it means that probability of that motion being tabled this afternoon is at a high. There is a high probability, of course, of it being tabled this afternoon. Well, the question is, will they get the requisite number required for the Deputy President to be impeached? If the Speaker of the National Assembly approves the motion this afternoon, then the voting is scheduled to happen between tomorrow and maybe Tuesday next week. And by Tuesday next next week, then the mover of the motion must have tried to at least push members to garner at least 233 members of parliament, because two-thirds members are expected to vote in support of it for the motion to go through. So that is where the deputy president is hanging his hope that maybe the numbers are not possible or rather the mover of the motion does not manage to garner at least 233 members for the voting to happen. But of course, the requisite number needed for the motion to be tabled is just 117 members of parliament, meaning if that motion is going to be tabled this afternoon, then the member would have already gotten 117 members. But again, the 233 members is for the motion, or rather the voting for the motion, so that the deputy president is impeached, and then it is moved to the Senate. If it fails again in the Senate, where the deputy president is hoping that he is going to be able to control the Senate a bit, then he will have already managed to make the motion flop. But well, if it passes in the National Assembly and the Senate, then Deputy President Gachagua would have been impeached. Again, the deputy president has held meetings with his lawyers. We are going to be following keenly to see exactly how they are going to be countering this move to table the motion on his impeachment. But for now, Grace, I want to hand it back to you, and we'll be here at the Parliament buildings to keep track of what.
All right, thank you, Daniel Kariuki, there for that detailed update on the impeachment motion of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua that is expected to be tabled in Parliament today. But as Kariuki has said, according to today's order paper, the motion is not in the order papers of today. But of course, we're going to see how that pans out with Daniel Kariuki there. We're now going to take a very short commercial break, but don't go too far, because when we come back, we're going to be going out to the ground to know what the Kenyans are saying about that in Nyeri with Clement Masombo and Kisumu with Bramwell Bwire, to know what Kenyans are saying about the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Stay with us here on KTN News Desk.